When I mean pause is I'm going to change the camera and then continue the conversation. So I just wanted to talk to you guys briefly, about things like that. I don't know if you have situations where you go through the same thing as I go through, and I'm not here to bash my husband. I have a wonderful husband, okay? He was just, he got up and he mentioned to me, why are you making so much noise? I barely was making noise. I go to the bathroom and close the door. But it must have been that time where he wakes up and he didn't realize. He is a late sleeper. I had to deal with that for 13 years. As a cancer patient, it's hard for me to be with a person like my husband because he gets uncomfortable if I tell him, honey, you need to sleep early. So he doesn't like to go to sleep early. He sleeps at 1 or 2 in the morning when I like to go to sleep. See why I'm going this way? That could be a divorce because I can do good in my own. I could be with my daughter. I could be, with my father. I could be on my own. They have places for people like me and my income. It will help me. It will help me. I already investigated all of that. But there's a God in heaven. I made a commitment before God. And I'm making this awareness in case you're thinking about getting divorced because your husband do this or that. I always say to my sisters, okay, well, I have one that is straight, the other one is not. And I always say we have 10 fingers, right? Out of 10 fingers, you will find 8 good qualities in a man and 2 that are not, excuse me. It's like if I ate salt, because I'm thirsty. So these are details that I'm sharing with you. This is very personal. But I want to bring awareness for people that you can't just up and go and divorce that person just because he does things like that. As it is, he has to help his mother. Because he has 2 brothers, a brother and a sister. They don't do nothing. And then my husband's the oldest, so he had to step in and help. Okay? That's why I'm saying I'm not bashing him. I'm giving an example in case maybe someone comes across my video and thinking you want to get divorced. Excuse me, you think you have it bad? Well, I share with you these things. These are the things that people don't know. Like, oh, you have such an amazing husband. He's so wonderful. I want a husband like yours. I want to marry him. I say, you can have him. Just joking. Just joking. But these are the things that people don't know about me that I face, on a daily, So I can't be on top of it. I'm in this room most of the time and then it's messy. I can't live in a messy place. As it is, this room is loaded with things and I feel like really anxious because I like things neatly, organized, clean. On the other hand, my husband is the opposite of me. And I'm like, dude, didn't your mom teach you to do things in the house? Like, doesn't matter if you're a male figure, you have to know how to do things. You have to know how to cook. What if your wife is here, like in my situation? He can't do meals for me because he doesn't know. I used to do everything before, everything. I didn't do the driving and the shopping and things because he wants to do that. And he wants to try to do everything. And I let him think that he is doing everything, but he's not. I share with you guys, I do things here. I clean the bathroom, I sweep, I mop. But I do it when I have the energy to do it, when I'm able to do it. My doctor sent me home with a discharge paper saying that I need to rest. But that's not me. I am like the Energizer Rabbit. My children call me the Energizer Rabbit. I cannot stay still. These are the things that the doctors don't see, my nurses don't see, my oncologists don't see. They think that I'm like this victim, hand me everything over, like I need a maid. No, that's not me. I mean, before all this happened, I drove. I had my own car, which is the one that my husband used to drive. I bought it 2006. I got Chevy Cobalt, and I was paying for it. I was paying for the insurance, and my husband used to be driving up and down everywhere. He gave his truck to his father because he couldn't afford the last payments. And so, because that's how everything started, I lost my job. I used to work at Sam's Club, and I lost my job at Sam's Club. So it's a lot of things, but I was collecting, At the end of the day, they fired me for no reason. So they actually lost. I'm gonna put this down because my hand's tired. Just holding it. So I was collecting, so I was still being responsible, paying the car, paying the insurance, paying the water, paying the electricity. I always believe in balancing things up in the marriage. He was paying for the rent, and I really don't know how he spends the money, and because he is the one in charge of that, and I don't ask too many questions here and there. He's the one tells me things, but what I want to say, the awareness that I want to speak about is more the divorce part. See, I'm sharing my personal stuff in a video because there might be someone out there that is thinking, man, I had enough with my husband. The only thing I'm going to tell you that you don't put up with is verbal abuse and domestic, meaning like if he touches you, you best to wake up. I've been there. That's why I let go of two of my father's kids, because they're doing things they're not supposed to, cheating and treating me like I'm this ugly person, yada yada, blah blah blah, calling me names. I'm like, is this what relationship is about? Is this what you're supposed to be with a male and he treats you like that? Like, I was so confused because I got involved with my first relationship. I was only 17. I didn't know right from wrong, I just knew what my mom taught me, and I was like my parents were very strict. Stay home. I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. I wasn't allowed to cold. I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things, have friends. So then when I was 16, that's when I started to have friends from school. And that's when I got, a little tough with my parents, because I was like, I'm 16, why I'm not entitled to go outside and play in the playground with my friends, go to the pool, and hang out with the girls. I don't have guy friends. I had girls friends, and those is itchy, sorry. And so it's just, the list can go on and on and on. So I was just now thinking, based on what my husband did, was like, he was such in a hurry at 6 a.m. in the morning. He tells me he went to sleep at 2. I'm like, honey, but that's not my fault. You need to stop staying up watching TV. Unless you're praying, that's a different story. But you stay up playing your games, watching TV. You make a lot of noise. Now I wake up and I make just a tiny noise, and he wakes up on the right time. He even say after, kind of like contradicts himself, like, oh, I'm glad that you woke me up because I gotta go to the store now early so I can beat all this, traffic and people. because it's crazy out there. Costco, BJ, Sam's, packed. So if you go earlier, you might have a better chance. So it's like, I don't know what time is it. I'm watching something so crazy. I'm gonna tell you the time now that it is. He tells Clerk Cameron's son it's okay to rape little kids for fun. Way of the Master Season 4 Episode 51. What is going on in the world? So much evil, my friends. It's like, my goodness. All the things that I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect, okay? And I'm the best one, and I know it all. I'm the best wife. Oh, I'm perfect. No, I make mistakes too. Okay? Yes, to let you know, I make mistakes too. Sometimes I get really cranky, because my husband kind of pushes my buttons sometimes, where I'm trying to explain to him something, and he doesn't let me finish what I have to say, so I get frustrated. We both left-handed. We both have, he's like, you know what they say, opposite attracts. And so, let's see, what time is it? Go home. So I normally sit here, it's 6:53 a.m. Normally sit here, go to YouTube, and listen to some of these YouTube videos. And I like to learn from other people as well. It's not only me. So I stopped. I was clicking around, and I come across, I don't see too many YouTubers make videos about their struggles in their marriage and things like that. Oh, I lost the video. Anyways, I'll look for it after because I'm making a video. I don't want to hold anybody up, but I'm going to combine the video together, download it. You guys can leave the comment down below. Remember, I always leave my PO box for Happy Mail. You can feel free. For all my YouTubers that do arts and craft, we can do swaps. If you write me on my PO box, I will return the mail back. Please bear with me. It takes me time. I have one package sitting there for one of my YouTubers, and it's been forever. She sent me a package. I know she doesn't expect nothing back from me, but I like to return something back. So it's a matter of time and doing things. And now with this coronavirus, they told me you're not allowed to go out and this and this and that. So normally when I do these packages, I ask my husband to do it for me, and now I have to go with him because he worries something's gonna happen. Well, right now I'm by myself. He left and I'm here by myself in the room. Yeah, his family's here, but I avoid bothering anybody. Like, I like to do things myself. If I don't have to bother you, I don't. Believe me, I don't. I've been doing things since I was 17 on my own. I'm used to doing my own stuff, like having my own car, having my own place. I raised 3 kids pretty much by myself. I had to, what people say, hustle, in a sense of the work hard so I can provide for my children. I thank God for one of my ex-sisters-in-law that helped me find this job because it was hard to get inside there. So she spoke for me and I got in, and I was making $11 an hour. That's when I got the experience from, I have different experiences in different departments. Like, for example, customer service, I have experience of that, years of that. I don't like to sit in the office and answer a phone. To me, that's just boring. I like to be active. That's why I choose to do the things that I did before, like work for Sam's Club. It's a hard place to work. You have to lift things, they're heavy. and you can easily hurt your wrist, back, and things like that. But if you're careful, I used to wear a belt, and things like that under my clothes, and try to be as safe as you can, when you lift things up. And I went from talking about divorce to jobs and things like that. But it's part of life, it's part of life, isn't it? Like we all go through all these situations and stuff. Like maybe y'all can relate to what I'm saying. Maybe you are going through the same thing. Maybe you're going through worse. Maybe you need to talk to someone. That's why I have my P.O. box. If you would like to talk to me. Now, if it's a crime and if you're going to talk to me about physical abuse, I rather not talk about it with you. I'd rather you call the 800 hotline for that. If I can find that information, I will post it. But all you have to do is Google it. Google it and make that phone call. Don't stay in an abusive relationship, please. Ladies or guys, there's men out there that go through abuse, okay? Let's not just say women. I know men that's going through abuse by their wife. Wife beat them up and they just stay there. They just deal with it, put up with it. No, you're too special, man. You're too special, woman. You don't need to live with someone that abuses you, especially if you have your kids right there. Why are they looking? They're looking at a guy that is beating the mother up, or a woman that is beating the husband up, and that's gonna be repeated. You can find counseling. You can work on that, okay? Look for those options first before you call it quits. Because as a Christian woman, I'm not going to tell you to divorce yourself. I'm saying seek for help, okay? And that's why I did this video, because my husband brought that idea in my mind about, things like that. And when I met my husband, he was not who he is today. And then it took time. He likes to be up in other people's stuff. He would argue with people, and I would tell my husband, honey, that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. So I always went to his nice, calm, and collective, when I can get all his attention. Don't want to talk to him when he's upset. You don't want to talk to your husband when he's upset, ladies. You do not want to talk to your man when he's upset. If he is mad at you, let him be, please. Okay? Because he's not himself at that moment. He is very upset, and he can tell you things that he will regret later and say, I'm sorry, honey, I'm not going to do that again. But if he keep doing it, that's when y'all need to go take counseling. Find someone that will help you in that department. I'd rather you get a Christian one that would bring the good advice. I'm not saying that the other ones are bad, but I'm just saying I'd rather pick a Christian one, because they will be based on God's word, and that has power. That helps. I know a couple that did it. They do have Christian counseling, marriage counseling. They do have a lot of things out there that some of these places are even free, for you to go free of charge. You can go private, quiet, confidential. They will not tell anybody that you went and spoke to someone. Because I know if you are in an abusive relationship and your man finds out that you told someone, it can cost your life. He will be really outraged, because they feel like, why you had to go? They had to be controlling. They had to be in charge of everything. It's a bad spirit that they carry. If you have those things, that is one of those bad spirits inside that person that causes for that person to do things. Why you think some people rob and kill and do steal a car, steal a bike? This is a bad thought that came in their head, and the subconscious, they might, it's like a machine, your brain. And then you're like, nobody's watching. Let's do this. Then you get caught. What happens to you? You go to jail for what, my friends? That's what I tell my son that went to prison. He's 26 years old. I said, when are you going to wake up, man? You know that you was raised in a good place. Why are you thinking the way you do? Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but I always manage and make sure to this day to be there emotionally, because he's grown, man. He needs to take care of himself. I don't need to be taking care of a 26-year-old man. I have a 23-year-old that I didn't get to spend the birthday with him because I was in the hospital on his birthday. And before that, I was sick. I was in a different hospital here. I was in a hospital in Orlando. From Orlando, my oncologist called me and told me they gave you the wrong thing, the wrong medication. You need to come to the emergency in Tampa. I was like, man, I don't want to go to the hospital. I was so upset. I don't like to go to the ERs. I don't. Before that, I never went to anything. When I went to the dentist and I had like a cavity or something, they would be like, wow, your teeth are like perfect. How long you have? I have 10 years I don't go to the dentist. Then I start hurting somewhere, and then I'm like, and then I end up having to call, spend the money to fix it, blah, blah, blah. Thank God I have insurance. But if I avoid, I haven't gone to the dentist recently because my doctor said to wait because I'm taking too many medicine. Oh man, let's see. I was in Jacksonville for 4 years. About 7 years, I haven't seen a dentist. It's time for me to go check up. It's time to go clean up and stuff like that. Not that they're yellow and stuff, but it's that time where you need to go do what you have to do. And I keep forgetting. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down. Ask my doctor when I go to my doctor, ask if I can't do that. Let me pause. Sorry, I had to write that down because I keep forgetting. That's another thing. I tell my husband to write that question down. He said, I will. And he forgets. So, hey, like I said, we're teamwork. Like, I need to, like, ease up on him. He has a lot going on in his life besides what I just told you and taking care of me. So, gotta give him a break. I need to be fair. And I'm very fair. I have a lot of patience. His brother always tells my husband, like, where can I get a wife like yours? Because your wife has so many nice qualities about her, and she's not like demanding and asking or this and that. I'm like, because that's how I was raised, My parents raised me to respect the elder, to say thank you, to appreciate what they give you. Even if it's $1, you appreciate whatever gift people give you. You appreciate that. I don't ask anybody here for anything. It's not just because you see a few things here or there doesn't mean I have it made like that. A lot of the times the things that I get is because I get Christmas gift. I get birthday's gift. That's how I get like clothing and shoes or accessories. What else? Like arts and crafts stuff. That's how I get things. I don't have it made like that. Like I say, oh yeah, you can go buy the most expensive creams and things like that. No, I get what I get. Like I got one kid for free when I went to a presentation here in Orlando, and they gave me a whole set. They had makeup. I don't do the makeup. All kind of things for the face. I kept all of that. The rest I got rid of. So I like facial stuff. I like scarves, sweaters. That's what my daughter always gives me, like long sleeve sweater, things like that, because she knows mommy's always cold. As it is, I had the top and I had to change it to this put this on top because I was so cold. So, enough for that. Remember, don't just think to sign that divorce paper just because your husband do certain things. As I gave you an example, I don't think my husband would like that example, but I'm like I say, I'm not here to bash him. My husband has a lot of great qualities about him. Otherwise, I wouldn't be married with him going on 14 years. I am a blessed woman to have him as well. I know he tells me all the time and tells people that he is a blessed man to have me. Then he always says to people, "You want to see my heart? You want to see my heart?" And people literally think that he has a picture of his heart and he points at me. And then the girls go, "Oh." So, I mean, I just want to bring someone out there needs to see this video. And I pray that will be helpful for you of not giving up in your marriage. They have a lot of things that you can do these days to repair your marriage. And one of the things that would be very helpful is putting God first in your life. Congregate, go to a church. Ask God in prayer, God, put me in a place where I'm going to have the right pastors and the right people that will advise me. The church that my brother-in-law goes to, they have all of that there. They have groups, different groups, and they sit and they talk. And then all the guys get together, all the girls get together and do that. They talk about what's going on in their life. And they're respectful about it, because there's some churches that you say certain things and people actually get judgmental. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful who you go and tell your things, because not everybody is right to give you advice. So pray, ask God to direct you where you need to be directed to. So I send a prayer for you right now that God will direct your footsteps. If you're going through a struggle in your marriage, that He will guide you and help you and give you the wisdom that you need to be able to overcome the situation that you're going through. Maybe you are going through something similar, that your husband, you can't keep up with him. Sit down and talk to him. Write in the notebook the good things about him and the bad things about him. Good and bad. And then 2020, through the year, you're going to start scratching the ones that he started working on. And the next, and the next, and the next. That's a good idea. And you do the same thing for your wife. Write the good things that you like about her and the bad things. And then start working on that. Remember, teamwork, okay? Marriage is a relationship that you have for life, and it's called teamwork. So I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Bye. Thank you for watching.